Been a little minute, and we live from Laoag City. Beautiful weather out here today. I'm up here on the balcony, chilling. Yeah, seeing what you got going on. Seeing where I'm face the day today. Not face the day, conquer the day. Because I know it's a beautiful day today. I don't know what y'all doing today, but hopefully you conquer your day. That's all it's about. Conquering the day. You got these people. I'm gonna show y'all the back. You got people working in the field over here. There's a big uh, difference from the back to the front. If I show you the back, you'd think I'm just living on the countryside. But when I show you the front, it's like I'm living in the city side. So it varies, you know. They got some people working in the rice field out there. I don't know if you can see that. This how the houses made. You see how the houses made? It's a little different in the U.S., especially like the air conditioners. The air conditioners are a little bit on the side, you know, with the fans built in it. And they got a lot of solar things out here. Solar energy, because they have a lot of brownouts. Matter of fact, they had a brownout yesterday. It lasted maybe 2 hours. Sometimes out here, the lights just go out for nothing. For damn near nothing, the light go out. That's just how it is. Yeah, it's early in the morning. Trying to soak in a little sun. Get ready to conquer the day. Get excited about today. You know what I'm saying? It's all, you know, take it day by day, source by source. Uh, God brings us through the day so we can conquer it. It's a day by day, which people don't know. Hello from Russia. Russia. WCC. Warriors Cozy Camp. Hello, Russia. Thank you for joining. We're live from Laoag City in the Philippines. Nice to connect with you. I like connecting with people from all over the world. It's a little different when you go live, you know? BJJ1991, how are you? Just enjoying the weather out here in Laoag City. I was showing him the back of the countryside of my where I live. Let me let y'all see there's a bunch of land back there, mountains, kind of funny looking, you know. The houses, the way they build in the Philippines, it's all different. Even, you know, looks like it's gonna be a little rainy today. Yeah, but that's just what's up. How are you, bro? Where are you from? I'm originally from the United States, but I live out here in the Philippines. Laoag City, to be exact. Yeah, it is. I've been out in the Philippines for more than 6 months. decided to stay a little longer out here. It's peaceful out here. I don't have to, be stressed out from the stress of the United States. All the political stuff that's going down over there. And then when it comes to politics, yeah, in my country it's winter now. Yeah, probably snow all over, huh? Yeah, I don't like the snow. Me and the snow don't get along. But I guess being from Russia, you're used to it. Yeah, I showed you that. And this is the front of the crib. It's two different sides. I have the countryside and I have the city side. All I have to do is walk back and forth from the countryside to the city side. But I would like to visit Russia, but when it's hot or when it's not winter time, I would love to go there. Yeah, I would love to go to Russia. They got some beautiful women in Russia. So I've heard. Beautiful women in Russia. I don't know. Yeah, Christmas is coming soon. In the Philippines, they start celebrating Christmas in September. So they've been celebrating Christmas for quite a while. Yeah. Christmas is real big in the Philippines. Yeah, Russian woman is very beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, man. They're very beautiful. But the Philippines, they got some beautiful women. You're welcome. The Philippines, they got some beautiful women too. A lot of guys say they don't come for the women. That's a goddamn lie. They come for the women. I'm about to make a video about that because a lot of these foreigners come out here and say, "Oh, I didn't come here for a woman." That's a goddamn lie. They did come here for a woman. Oh, I came here for the nice beaches and the food and the culture. That's a goddamn lie. Because if you take away the women, have a good stream. I love the stream. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate anyone that comments. Have a good stream. I like the stream. Thank you. Thank you from Russia. All my Russian people out there. It's funny how you can connect with so many people, on YouTube from around the world. And mostly I've met positive people. Negative people, but positive. And that's a beautiful thing. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check out a few videos from the channel. I'll just be freestyling it, talking about all kind of stuff. If anybody got questions or comments, just throw them down there. We'll try to talk about it and see what's up. I notice if I talk about a certain subject, some people don't want to talk about that. Like last time I had a stream, about 2 streams ago, I was talking about relationships. It's like a lot of people didn't want to hear about heartbreak in relationships, so I had to dead that. But I'll talk about anything when I'm on the street. Damn near anything. So this is just like what they call it? This is just like a freestyle. What I do, I just freestyle it. Don't have no certain subject to talk about. Just enjoying the company of the people. This is the front right here. I rarely show the front. This is the front right here. live. I went live in Laoag City the other day, but a lot of people missed it. I try to go live in Laoag City quite a lot, and I'm just learning about this live stream stuff, so it's kind of rough, to get your YouTube channel popping. It's kind of rough, tough sometimes, but all I do is keep going. I keep going with the flow. Yeah, that's what life's about. Not giving up and keep going with the flow. Yeah, out of here in the Philippines, I meet a lot of foreigners like me. Lately, I've been meeting a lot of people from the United States, but no other countries or whatever. They got a lot of people from the United States out here, but you know, I don't indulge too much. I don't ask for their number or none of that. I just do my own thing. I came out here to experience Filipino culture. So if I want to visit people in the United States, I could have stayed in the United States. But I know there's a lot of expats out here. They're not too friendly. They see you, they like, oh, that's another foreigner. Some of them just keep walking, like they don't even know you or don't even say hi. But I say hi to anyone. That's how I am. Yeah. If you're a foreigner and you're from the United States, I say hi. It's no big deal. It's not like I want to hang out with you or nothing. Not like I want to hang out with you or nothing. That's just what it is. Yeah, it's 8 a.m. in the morning over here. I don't know what time zone y'all in. So I'm just popping my shit. Getting ready to start the day. Loving it out here. Baking in the sun in Laoag City. Anybody got questions or comments, just drop them on down. See what we just talk about anything. Chillaxing is what we call it. Chilling and relaxing. I appreciate if some people saw views up. Us YouTubers trying to get up there on the market. There's billions of YouTubers. No, I can't say billions. I know millions. It's a beautiful day. Hopefully everyone's enjoying their day so far. Yeah, I'm gonna go up in that city in a few and see what's up. See what's up in the city later on today. There's always something to do out here, There's always something new to eat. So I just be adventurous. That's what I do. Adventurous. Don't know why, but the connections are real, real bad with internet. If there's any kind of complaint I would make about the Philippines, that would be it. Internet is slow and it's hard to get good internet all the time. When I do streams, a lot of people tell me, oh, it's kind of blurry. It's because of my internet. If I go to certain spots or whatever, the internet shuts down. I'm having a wonderful, beautiful, God-blessed day. That's what it's about. God blessing your day and learning lessons. I've learned to take it slow in life, not move too fast, and let what happens happen. Before, I used to be rushing and trying to stress myself out about things. No, I don't do it anymore. So, like I said, sometimes the internet is just crazy around here in the Philippines. Yeah, but back to what I was saying about a lot of foreigners say they come to the Philippines, they didn't come for a woman. They know because if you take away the women, Philippines, nobody would come out here. 99.999% of these foreigners came out here for a woman, me included. I didn't come out here for women, I came out here for women. I ain't trying to be a player or nothing, but you know, got so many beautiful women out here. It's hard not to. United States, where I'm from in Louisiana, you got a lot of beautiful women, but it's small towns, and they have a limited amount of beautiful women. In the Philippines, it's an unlimited amount of women. That's just like if you go to the United States and you go to Florida, damn, they got so many beautiful women. But if you, I don't know, you definitely will have to look. But I can go to each town, section, province in the Philippines. I guarantee you're gonna find some beautiful women. It's guaranteed. No matter where you go, you're gonna find beautiful women. But like in the United States, like I said, if I go to Wisconsin or Kentucky or whatever, you gotta search for those beautiful women. Not out here. They're everywhere. Beautiful women are everywhere, and I like to be around beautiful women. I don't like to be around a bunch of dudes. I used to be, you know, hanging out with a clique when I was younger and all that, man. I'd rather hang out with women. Beautiful women. That's what I want to hang out with a bunch of dudes. No way, no how. But yeah, they're lying when they say they came to the Philippines, not for the women. The women is the main feature in this story. We all know that. Why would a man come way across the world? But it trips me out when there's these old men like, let me tell y'all a story. They have a man that came out here. He's in America. He's a white guy. He like 87 years old. He married a woman that was in her 30s. 87 years old, and he married a woman that's in her 30s, right? And they hadn't been married like 3 months, and he passed away down here. And I was like, damn. At least he got to enjoy his happiness, I guess. But he was 87 years old. He married a woman in her 30s, and they didn't ship him back to the United States or nothing. They just cremated his body. And I don't know. I don't know what happened to his money or his benefits or his bank card. I don't know. But if I was 87 years old, ain't no way I would come to the Philippines and just try to settle out here. Oh no. Now, if I'm already in the Philippines, that's a different story. That's a different story. But to come, I done seen men with one leg. So if they have one leg and they're in a wheelchair, that means they have diabetes. So how are they getting their insulin or anything? I done seen more than, Filipinos pushing a man in a wheelchair with one leg. I done seen a bunch of that. And they're with a young woman pushing them in a wheelchair. That's crazy. If I had one leg in a wheelchair, ain't no way I'd come to the Philippines. It's a goddamn lie. I just stay in the United States and pass away over there instead I guess they gotta live their last wish. Maybe they're so lonely till they don't care if they, pass away out here. Because there's no way to get insulin and the proper care they need. I don't know. It trips me out how courageous these old men are for some pussy. They don't care. Wait, any man, I guess any man is like that. A man gonna go where they got women at. Maybe they couldn't get a woman in the United States, and they just decided, fuck it, I'm gonna live my last days in the Philippines. That's crazy. I don't know if I'd make that choice. You never know until you are in that situation. So if you was 70, 80, and you were on your last legs, would you come to the Philippines? That would be crazy. You take that loan. I'm in my 50s, early 50s, even though I don't look like, I'm in my early 50s. And, that mean ride was hell on me. So I can imagine a man in a wheelchair with one leg. How is that, how's that on his body? And then the jet lag and the carrying of luggage and all of that. You got to get help here and there. And most of these men, mind you, in the United States, they got electric wheelchairs. I ain't never seen one with an electric wheelchair. I always seen a woman pushing them in a wheelchair. And I'm like, man, guess you're going to die early and live it out here. Some men take them chances. I know I wouldn't take that chance. If I was sickly and my health ain't together, I ain't coming out here. I'm gonna try to get my health together and live my last days, but some of those men take a chance and come out here. And I mean, it's not like I seen one with a chopped off leg in a wheelchair. I seen a lot of them with their woman pushing them around the mall or whatever. They got that money, because some of them be having pretty women with them, pushing them, taking care of them. So there's always an older man looking like from 65 on up. Like I said, they had a foreigner die over here. He was married 3 months. He was 87 years old. So his family was mad at the lady that he married because she was 30 years old. And his children, they all mad at the woman because he passed away out here. But the man was on his last leg. He was in his 80s. What they expect from the woman? She did her best. It ain't like she killed him. He died of poor health. He probably couldn't get all the medicine he need out here, because not all the hospitals in the Philippines are up to par. Now, if you go to the big cities like Manila and all that, Cebu, they got hospitals that's up to par. But like in Laoag City, they're a little bit behind time. I've been to the hospitals out here. They're a little bit behind time. They got the old school, what you call that, taking your blood pressure and all that. How we got the digital in America. They can take your, the little cuff, take your blood pressure. They got the old school shit down here in Laoag City. So I'm pretty sure those men that are in poor health, what do? They stop taking their diabetes medicine? They stop taking their high blood pressure medicine? Do they get it shipped in from the United States? I don't know. Because they're out here and most of them are dying. Most of them are dying not at a young age, at an old age, but they probably could have lived longer if they stayed in the States and take care of themselves. But some men don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about that. They want a woman. So that's why I say most men just want a woman. That's why they come to the Philippines. Especially the older guys. Even some of the younger guys can't get women in the United States. So they come to the Philippines to get a woman. And there's a big supply of women out here. I don't mean to call them supply, but there's a big thing. There's a big, I mean, everywhere you go, there's lots and lots of women. Lots of women. So your chances are better. Yeah, there's lots of women in the United States where I'm from, but women are more selective about men. And mostly in the United States, all the women want the same man, the same type of man. Well, you know, I had no problems getting women in the United States. It's just I can get them, I just can't keep them. I can get them, I just can't keep them. You know, I've been married 3 times, so I can get women. I just can't keep them. After a while, and like I done got to the age. Like I said, I'm in my 50s. I don't do all that arguing and fussing, and I did that in my 3 marriages. Why would I do? My days now are to have fun. I ain't got time arguing and fussing and fighting in a relationship. Hell no, that's the last thing I want to do. I'll end a relationship quick behind the arguing and fussing. Yeah, you're gonna have disagreements in a relationship. I understand that, but like arguing and living miserable every day, like some people are in a marriage. Some people are in a marriage where they're definitely not happy, but they stay there because they're scared of change. I used to be like that. I used to be scared to embrace change and let that person go, worrying about, oh, if I leave this woman, somebody else gonna get her. Man, nah, I don't give a damn. Somebody else gonna do all of that in a relationship anymore. It's like when you've been in so many relationships, especially like if you're like me, you've been married 3 times, you done said I do 3 times, and the marriage didn't work. You start to realize that you got to protect yourself. You got to protect your heart. You got to protect your insanity. Because some people just, don't care. If you give up your happiness for somebody else, that's crazy. I did it before. I can't say it's crazy because I did it before. Gave up happiness to please somebody else, and guess what they did? Spit in your face. Not literally spit in your face, but they didn't care. So ever since 2022, I made it my motto to say number one is me. Fuck all that sacrifice. Number one is me. If I'm not happy, I can't live. Fuck trying to make someone else happy. Because if you're miserable, just imagine this. You're miserable. You're in a relationship. You're trying to make this person happy. Y'all arguing and fussing. Plus, you got to go to a job you don't want to be at. That's too much stress, man. That's too much. Did it? Almost lost my mind with that. You got to go to a job, and then you got to come home and argue and fuss instead of resting up for your job. You got to argue and fuss with that person, and you're trying to stay in this relationship with this person because you love this person. But love shouldn't make you crazy. Love shouldn't make you crazy, not at all. It's you got to put yourself first. That's all I got to say. I ain't trying to tell nobody what to do, but I know what I'm gonna do. Damn, a lot of people pass it. I'm gonna put myself first. Hey, put God first and myself first, because you can't live if you're not happy. Just imagine you stress behind somebody else. You can make that other person do what you want to do. You can buy that person the world and they're still not happy. So why not make yourself happy? That's the way I look at it. Why not make yourself happy? Some people sacrifice their life for other people's happiness. I can't do that. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's my own child. I'm not sacrificing my happiness for my child's happiness. No, I'm not gonna do it because life is too short. I waste my life living somebody else's life, and then guess what? Pretty soon my life is over. And I done dedicated my life. I mean, I'm not Jesus Christ. I can't sacrifice my life for somebody else's life. That's all I'm saying. You got to make yourself happy first. Don't be in no relationship where you're happy for a day or 2 days and the rest of the days you're sad. You're supposed to be, you're happy for the whole fucking week. You're happy for the whole fucking week. The whole, maybe y'all get into it maybe once a month. Now that's some good odds. I'll stay with somebody like that. But if you're getting into it every day of the week, maybe getting along 3 days out the month, that's not a good relationship. Because those good days don't weigh up to the bad days. And trust me, those bad days gonna fuck with your mind. It's gonna mess up your mind. You can't live in total chaos. Loving somebody and y'all not getting along. Y'all not on the same page. Can't get nowhere. Now you can get somewhere if you're on the same page. You might have disagreements here and there, but I look at a disagreement like if you have a disagreement, you can tell if it's the right person if you can fix it quick. A disagreement should last 2 days and 3 days and 5 weeks, a month, for a month, and then we get back. That means we're drawing further apart. That's what that means. Now, if we get into it and we might be mad at each other for a couple of hours, well, we talk about it, we apologize, and move on to the next stage. Now, that's a relationship. But if you got to get mad at a person for 2 and 3 days over something small, you're in a fucked up relationship, I can tell you that. And you ain't speaking for 2 and 3 days and you're in the same house, I'd rather leave. That's the type of person I am. I just leave because I don't want to be stressed out, like avoiding this person, you know. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. I come from a good family. My mother and father were married over 40 years, but my dad told me it wasn't easy. Broke up a lot of times. So, you got to choose whether you're going to be breaking up and making up or you're just going to. I'm not like my dad. I just got to go. At first, I was like my dad. I'll stick it out. Fuck sticking it out. Because sticking it out is going to get you stuck out. Sticking it out will get you stuck out. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, because in the end, you always, especially if you're a man, in the end, you will always lose. Ask me, from my 3 marriages, I always lost. I had to pay for the divorces, and guess what? I lost everything. 3 times I had to start over again. That's what's house, car, money, everything. Those 3 divorces, I should have learned on the first one. I didn't. Got married again. I should have learned on the second one. The second one was worse than the first one when I got divorced. I had to start from scratch. I should have learned. But no. Hard-headed. Fucking hard-headed. Talking about love and relationship. Love and happiness. Like Al Green. And guess what? Went for the 3rd divorce. And guess what? That's when I say 3 strikes is a charm. I hear you, Lord, I hear you. It took me 3 times, but now I hear you. It took me 3 times to learn what a relationship is. I ain't sticking through no bad shit. Nah, I mean if it's health or something, yeah, I'm gonna stick with you. If you a loyal person, I would stick with you. If your health is bad or anything, but I'm talking about like other things. You're moving out, and then after a couple of months you want to come back. I'm not sticking through that. I'm not sticking through arguing every day. I'm not sticking around if we're not on the same page. No, I don't know how I got. And that third time was a charm. It took me. It took me under, and I had to start from scratch. You know how bad it is when you have to start from scratch, and you got $0 in the bank account, and you have to go live with mama and daddy to start over again. That's low. And you in your, I was in my what, 40s, early 40s. I had to start all over again. That's with job and everything, because I had to find another job because I was so stressed out. I wasn't going to work anymore. I was like, damn, I did it to myself. But yeah, man, I was so stressed out. I had to start from zero. I was the dummy. I had the car in her name. I had the house in her name. But that's me. I'm being trustful. You can say, oh, you're a dummy for having everything in her name, but I'm not thinking divorce. I'm just thinking I'm the man. I'm going to make the money. She's going to take care of the house anyway, so let's do it like that. That was a dumb decision. I had to start from zero. And the way, I had to go live with my mom and my dad. My mom and my dad is very religious. Certain things you can't do that. You can't smoke cigarettes. You can't drink beer. None of that. Can't curse in that house. You can't. A lot of things you can't do. You got to be in there. You got to be in the house for 7 o'clock. Now imagine that. I got to follow their rules. 40-year-old man, I can't do what I want to do. But hey, I brought it on myself. So I had to start all over again. From finding a job to finding a house to getting a car. You know how shameful that is? You know how crazy that is in the name of love? That's why I say, nah, ain't that much love in the world. I would never, do that again. Now you might say, oh, well, you're not trusting the next person. Yeah, I'm trusting the next person. I'm trusting them for when they fuck up. Other than that, they got my trust. But as soon as I see signs, I get paranoid. Ain't no way I'm gonna live with my mama and my daddy again. That's the worst. That's the most shameful thing you can do. That means you failed as a man. You gotta go live with mama. Back on your feet, even though they don't mind, but still. You look at on in society as a failure when you do shit like that. Especially, a woman can get away with that, not a man. A man can't do that. A man, just had a job, had everything going. Now he broke up with his girl. Now all he have is barely the clothes on his back. Because I didn't take all my clothes. She threw away most of my. I even had to start over on clothes, shoes, everything. Stripped me bare. I can say it because I know there's a lot of men that been in a situation. I done talked to some, I done been around some that been in that situation. So what makes it even more shameful is my dad was like a comedian. And he had no mercy on my feelings or anybody's feelings. He would just joke around and clown and say, hey, you know what you need to do? You need to go beg that woman back and all of this. I'm like, I ain't gonna beg her back. And he would laugh and laugh and laugh. And that would make me more pissed off because I felt like a fool. nothing worse than you know, being a fool for somebody else, and then they don't appreciate it. That's the way it is. So if you be a fool for somebody else, they ain't gonna appreciate you. That's all it is. So if in a relationship, you're thinking you're being noble by putting all your trust in your lady, and if she's mad, like they say that shit about happy life, happy wife. You can't make a woman, you can't make certain women happy. I ain't gonna say all women. Certain women you just can't make happy. As soon as you make them happy, they're gonna be happy for a day or two. Then they're gonna be mad about something else. Because guess what? You done made them the boss over you. So now they're the boss, and all they got to do is pout if you do something, and you're jumping up and, I mean, you gotta be a man. Like I done did it all. I done bought perfume. I done bought what they call that, the Michael Kors watch, and sunflowers, and trying to be this perfect man. Man, get that shit out of there. Women don't want that. They rather a man that comes in late, drinking with his homeboys. Oh, they embrace that type of man. But a man that's trying to do too good, there's something suspicious about that. So that's why I learned this. Man, I was talking about Filipino women. Now I done got on my divorces and shit, but it's good. I don't care. Needed to be said. Maybe I needed to let it out. Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of women in the Philippines. I just had to give my backstory about, why I was divorced 3 times, and there wasn't no domestic violence, none of that. It was just, hey, I'm not happy, I'm leaving, you know. Because back then, I stopped going out, I stopped partying. When I was in relationships, I stopped doing all that. Now, I would drink a little bit. I had a man cave, I would drink, I would listen to music. Sometimes women don't even like when you're having fun inside the house. Not going anywhere. So you got to deal with that. So if you're young and you're getting married, before you get married, come to the Philippines and check it out and see what you're missing in life. I wish I'd have came to all that money I lost from 3 divorces. God damn. I wish I'd have been came to the Philippines. I wish I'd have been came. Yeah, 3 divorces. Yeah, you might say, oh, well, you wasn't perfect in the relationship. Hell no, I wasn't perfect. No, I know I wasn't perfect. But I was a good provider. And there's certain things that, I just wouldn't put up with. Hey, that was me back then. I wouldn't put up with. Back then, I didn't mind arguing and fussing. Now, I do mind it. I mind arguing and fussing because it done took away so much of my life being stressed about a relationship and all that. Right now, that's the least thing I would be stressed about a relationship. It's too much money to be made, too much things to do to be stressed by a relationship. One day, if you're going through something with your lady, one day you'll see all of that. Because if y'all going through it now, trust me, in the aftermath of things, y'all not gonna be together. Even though you're praying and everything, you're trying to do the right thing. If a woman keep telling you to change and don't do this, don't do that, trust me, y'all ain't gonna be together long. I can guarantee you that. That's the way life goes. And then you break up with that person, you're gonna look back and you're gonna say, damn, I should have been left that person. I wasted time, money. That's how it is, man. You need your resources as a man. You need your resources, your time, your money. Time is your biggest factor. You can make more money, but it's the time you can't get back. That's fucked up because you can't get the time back. I can understand if, you can just rewind at this part. If you can rewind at this part and say, okay, I'm leaving now before I waste too much time. But if you can't do that, what's the use? What's the use on, don't waste time. Time is too valuable. Like I say, I wish I could get my time back on these 3 divorces. I can get the money back, but I would want the money back if they give me. Okay, if they was to ask me which one you want the time or you want the money, I would say give me the money because I don't want to go back to that time, so just give me the money. That's the way I would do it. I would just get the money. The money, I already have the knowledge of what everything is. I'll get the money. You know. Some people don't understand that. Yeah, but back to Filipino women. They're beautiful. Don't get caught up. Don't get caught up. Please don't get caught up. Because, it's the same, you could say, as in the United States. It's the same thing. So if you get caught up in shit, you can meet a bad woman down here. By bad, I don't mean like bad meaning bad. I mean bad meaning good. I mean bad meaning fucked up. You can meet a fucked up woman. Well, y'all, thanks for joining me today. This is a very beautiful conversation. And I'd like to get back up with y'all pretty soon. Peace out.